number 11, Makazole Mapimpi, number 12, Damian Dalende, number 13, Lucanio Am, number 14, Cheslin Colby, number 15, Willie Leroux. And then the bench, number 16, Malcolm Marx, number 17, Steven Kitsoff, number 18, Frans Malherbe, number 19, Louis de Jager, number 20, Reinhard Alstedt, number 21, Herschel, number 22, Elton, and number 23, Damian Willemse.
Thank you, Jacques. And now for a few questions, over to our SuperSport presenter, Matthew Pierce.
Thank you, Rayon. Good afternoon, Jacques. If we can zero in on a couple of selections to start, most notably Makazole Mapimpi and Louis de Jager, who haven't seen any action so far in the games that they were potentially available for. Just your thoughts on those two being match ready.
Yes, no, Matt. Yes, unfortunately, due to circumstances and COVID circumstances, they weren't part of the 3 preparation games or test matches that we played. But we believe that obviously they've been part of our squad since 2018 extensively. You know, so we've worked with them for a couple of for a nice long time, and we're comfortable that they will slot in.
The Lions got a boost with the return of Alan Wynne-Jones as their tour captain. How important was it for you to be able to name Siya Kolisi in the starting 15 and as your captain for Saturday's first test?
No, Matt, very important. You know, he's again, he's been a player that we work with for quite some time. He knows our structures. He knows what we're trying to do from an on-field rugby perspective, and then obviously he's been our captain. So yes, it's always nice to bring some calmness to us or to the squad. So yeah, very happy to have him back.
You spoke about the time spent together. 17 players in this 23 who played in the Rugby World Cup final in 2019. 4 additional squad members, and only 2 of the 23 who weren't at that World Cup. How important has that been in terms of familiarity and getting over this barrier of not having a lot of game time?
Yeah, very important, Matt. Like I said, obviously they've been part of us since 2018, since we started working with the squad, the majority of them, you know, and obviously in 2019, working right 3 weeks, 4 weeks before Rugby Championship, working with this group, staying together through Rugby Championship, and then obviously continuing into the World Cup. So, due to the fact that for various reasons we haven't had we haven't had any games in 2020, you know, and we had just limited games available in preparation for this test series. So obviously selecting players that have been in the system, that know what you want to do, and is quite important. And I think that played a big part in the selection.
You've always had plenty to choose from in front row, Jacques, and this no different. What were the considerations around who would start and who would come off the bench?
I must say, Matt, with the quality of front rows that we have available for selection, we probably, and when we have a discussion with our front rowers, I mean, we almost see them as a pairing, you know. Is it more important to start and sing the anthem, or to be on the field where the final whistle goes? I mean, they know that we work in tandem together, and they've got a specific role that they have to play. If you start, you've got certain things that you have to achieve, and then if you come off the bench or in the bomb squad, as they were named in the World Cup, then you have a specific role to fulfill. So the players understand it like that, and they bought into it, and hats off to them for doing that. And so yeah, we see our front row probably as a pairing, if I can put it like that.
Yeah, you've referred to the bomb squad. No 6-2 split this time out for the Springboks. Your thinking behind that and going with the 3 backs on the bench?
Yeah, and that probably purely because if you look at I mean, Andre hasn't been involved in a lot of rugby. We will go with a 6-2 split if it's available to us, and if we feel that we're confident. But I think if Andre hasn't played a lot, he's just come back from COVID. Mapimpi the same. So I think we just thought that, listen, it's probably not the right time to probably just go with 2 backs on the bench.
Just final one from me, Jacques. Interesting. There's been quite a lot of banter between director of rugby and Lions head coach. We've seen it play out. The fact that you brought this announcement forward a day, is that a strong statement from you to say, well, this is our selection. We're not afraid to make it known, and we're comfortable to get it out in the open.
Yeah, yes, Matt. I think just from a logistical perspective, if the team knew the team on Monday, so irrespective if we announce it on a Wednesday, on a Tuesday, I mean, the players knew who was starting and who's starting 23 on Monday. There was a couple of players that were bracketed, obviously, to make sure that everybody get through the first training session, but we are as transparent as we can be with the players, and we just felt that, listen, moving it earlier probably easier to get it out of the way in terms of once we are comfortable with this is the squad that we're gonna, or the team that we're gonna go to. I don't think there's anything. How can I say? There's not any strategic thinking or anything like that in terms of bringing it a day forward. It's just, listen, the players knew already, so we can just as well put it out to the public.
Thank you, Jacques. Thank you, Rayon.
Thank you, Matthew, and thank you, Jacques, for announcing the squad. And I will now shortly open the proverbial floor for questions. But if I can just ask, please, if Owen and Martin Gillingham, if you can please switch off your cameras so that we can proceed, if you can hear me. Thank you.